Right. All right. What is good with everybody, man? Welcome. That's right to the Week 7 Fantasy Show. Even if only 5 people from our league are I don't care, man. It's fun to have these videos to produce to give to you guys weekly for you guys to look forward to, see what the hell is being said about your team. So I'm super excited, man. Each week we've been doing this. We've been able to bring a different guest on. You guys see the special guest that we got on this week's screen, man. We got that boy Arnold Ferrari. That's right. That boy Danger Ace. That's right. I
Let's
still
go.
don't even know how to pronounce his freaking team
Look,
name.
look, 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 look. We're gonna do this together. Tellurian air,
Telerian.
air,
Telerian
like
Air.
Tellurian air.
What was I saying? Telenorians? What the hell was I saying? That's funny, man. But we got him on the screen. He just made a major trade this week. And you know what? We're going to do something that I said I was supposed to do last week and I actually, ended up not doing. Is we're going to show you guys the standings first. We'll show you guys the transactions that have been made as well too. We've had 2 major trades this week. Let's just go look at trades real quick. All right, we had 2 major trades this week. Okay, starting with Arnold on the screen. All right, and Arnold's actually made a couple major trades in this league. We had the Christian Kirk and the Terry McLaurin trade. Now, most recently, we have Kenneth Walker and Jalen Waddle coming to the to
Tellurian airs.
to learn.
I'm on the fence about it. I didn't want to give up Godwin, truthfully. But I mean, Neil's gonna really be relying on Tom Brady to, pick his shit up because he has not been playing well.
Yep.
Giselle stuck a knife in his what do you call that, voodoo doll. Every time he goes to throw the ball, she breaks his legs, twists his arm, does something to it. So
Just Neil's whole
I
team
don't
is
know.
literally dependent on like if Giselle wakes up that day on that weekend and like texts Tom Brady some bullshit. Like his fantasy league is like just straight up determined on that. That's so fucking funny. Oh my
So
god.
that was yeah. I mean, Jalen Waddle I think has a bigger upside than Godwin, and then I kicking myself for dropping Kenneth Walker because I actually drafted him in like the 11th or 12th round. But
Ooh.
I drafted him because he was only getting 5 touches a game, and then all of a sudden, and Rashad Penny was like he was carrying that thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck, I can't be wasting a spot on somebody who's getting 5 touches a game." So I dropped him, and then of course, that week he Penny breaks his leg, so had to go get my guy back.
Freaking fantasy football, man. It's literally always like that. But I like the variety that Arnold brought to his team. I think just Neil, literally, man, if Giselle freaking texts Tom Brady some bullshit on Saturday, he's fucked. So I'm excited to see how that shit goes. And then we had another trade that is causing so much controversy. I didn't think it was gonna cause this much controversy. I literally woke up to a text message from Adriel who was like, "Do you want Kirk Cousins?" And I'm like, "Well, my quarterback situation isn't the best, so here's what I
You need a
got, and here's
quarterback.
what I think you need." And
Hey,
so
and Russ been shit in the bed too. Thank God for that. Go Hawks,
y'all know what it is. Hey, I thought that was a good trade. He had Tyler Bass, who really hasn't done anything this year, so he literally gets an upgrade on his starting lineup for someone he was never going to start anyway. And honestly, I feel like he was probably leaning towards dropping Kirk Cousins. So it's like he got something at least for it anyway, because I don't think anybody was trying to trade for him. And I certainly wasn't going to give a receiver or a running back for him. So we'll see how this kind of goes throughout the year. But it was funny because as soon as this trade dropped, that Discord was going wild. Everybody was just shitting on it. So all you motherfuckers, y'all better not make no trades. And if you do, I'm going to be analyzing the shit out of it to strip from
Vito.
it. But that's what we got with the trades, man. Finally, some trades are happening. Let's look at the standings this week before we dive into the matchups, man. We got Adriel sitting at top, me at second place. Let's go. Just Neil at third. I'm not gonna lie, I did not think I'd get to second place right now. It's been such an interesting year. We got Arnold right here sitting at seventh place, who started off at 0-3. Let us know how you're feeling. Now you're 3. Is that a 2-game win streak? That's nice, man.
Three game win streak. So it's interesting because I mean, look at our league. It's so competitive. We got 5 people at 3-3. That's half the league. So
Yeah, man.
it's interesting.
Notable streaks here as well too. We had Nathan, who was literally like Yahoo was sucking him up. Like they were like, "Oh, he's the greatest like
Maybe
team
it
ever." 3 losing streak right there. Didn't even set his lineup up. The first time I've ever seen in my life that a fantasy GM benefits from another fantasy GM having a concussion. What the fuck? I thought that was for the players only. So, that was a wild turn of events there. And then we have just Neil on a 4-game win streak. This dude was 0-2 and he's been balling out. Now he makes another trade. Can he keep that streak going? And then Right here is, I don't know what's going on with Mike, man. He's killing the Silver League. He's undefeated. He's the best team there. But a 3-game losing streak right here, man. Starting off 2-1 and then losing 3 straight after that, man. And then of course Mauricio sitting at bottom. He's only 1 game behind Mike, so we'll see. What happens. We don't. No one wants to get the punishment, especially this year, because we're actually gonna enforce that shit. So.
I mean, whoever said going to a WNBA game with no cell phone, that was funny as fuck. And I'll pay for the WNBA ticket. They're like $10.
Yeah,
So
that's actually I'm fucking crying. What an idea. Hey, let's look at last week's matchups real quick before we dive into this week's matchups. We got Arnold with us as well too, so we're gonna get some more insight. I'll just run through my recap of last week. We'll get Arnold's recap. That way, we're not spending too much time on it. But I had a great win against my brother, even though I have this shitty ass Russell Wilson situation. And both my running backs, Aaron Jones and Nick Chubb, put up like 7 points each. So putting up that number felt really nice, and I'm hoping that those guys will kind of pick up their slack, getting D-Hop back next week. So hopefully we can make a run there. Then this is a big one right here with Orange Kush and Telenorius. Telenarius. That's a big win.
So look at Tellurian and then Airs, like millionaire.
Tellurian Airs. I got it. Never fucking that up again.
You got it.
Yeah, Mike, I don't know what's going on there. 86 points, but that's a crucial win for Arnold to get back to 500. Just Neil 133. Another win against Texas. He literally owns the state of Texas right now. What is going on with y'all? Why are y'all letting him finesse y'all like this? I'm not even talking shit the way he's talking shit. Edith isn't even talking shit. It's literally just Neil who is talking shit, but he's whooping all of Texas right now. I mean, the shit that he was saying to Adriel in the Discord chat was just hilarious. Adriel now drops to 4-2 with only a 91-point week. He did have like Adams and Henry on a bye, so there's that. But then the next one we got Swag barely survives his concussed opponent. That was just dramatically like, what the hell is going on, Swag? You barely survived that matchup against Nathan. He didn't even have a flex started. And then, of course, Gridiron Gang versus Mauricio, the matchup that came down to the last second on Monday Night Football. Austin Eckler putting it away and making Meese 1-5. I think it hurts Meese because, for at least 30 minutes, he was like, oh shit, I'm going to win this. And then they just pull it out from you. The fantasy gods are so cruel. But those are last week's matchups. Arnold, I want to hear your review of last week's matchups, man. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I mean, my win was big. Mike's team really shit the bed, so I kind of got lucky. You did surprise me with your win over your brother too. I think that might have been. I was going to win that shit. I think that might have been the surprise of the week. Jazz Neal's team's good. We'll see how this trade works out for him.
Yeah, facts.
Go line on the Bucks, but his team was good.
And that 42-point differential for him beating Texas. Oh man, that's
a rub in your face, Texas.
Yeah. From all the way from Armadillo down to Houston, he's fucking talking that shit.
And actually, in the Gridiron Gang, that game that came out. So first of all, Austin Eckler, he might have been the steal of the draft. I mean, granted, he probably went in the first round, second round, but I mean, he's like a top. I think he's the top running back right now.
Yeah, hey, if he stays healthy, then shit. I mean, in a PPR league, he's like top 3, top 2, if not number 1. But if he stays healthy, that's what I'm gonna always say. Is he gonna be healthy?
Yeah.
So right of the week, I'm picking myself. I finally have a roster where my Jamar Chase is in, who's been playing lights out. DeAndre Hopkins. I got both my running backs. I got my tight end 1 back, and I actually have like serviceable flex options. I'm excited to have a third RB in that spot. I get Carlson back, who's been the number 1 kicker. And my defense, I'm going to have to figure that shit out as we go this week. But I have a high waiver priority. So I think we'll be good. You know what I'm saying there. I'm excited. I'm going to pick myself this week. Even though, he has a bunch of explosive matchups. Basically, what I'm hoping for is Tyreek Hill does not have a 30-point game. And Pearson Eckler don't go off for 35, 25 points. And that this might be a little bit of an off week for them. And if that's the case, hopefully my guys explode with their matchups. Who are you picking in this one, Arnold?
So I'm going to take the Gridiron Gang only because I like his team. I really do like.
Yeah, he's a good team.
If you actually look at like his player rankings, he's got like 3 players in the top 12 or something like that, in the top 15. I mean, it's pretty impressive. And then I mean, if it was playing me, I would still take him. Honestly, this has got a good lineup. Until
I should
something
just pick
happens,
him
the
too because I
Eckler.
picked my brother last week and then I ended up putting up 140. So maybe I should just.
Hey, yeah, you gotta be humble, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I'm over here being gassing my team up too much. They're gonna let me down now.
But and on your side, I mean, Aaron Jones. I mean, with the Packers' whole offense, this has
Yeah, been very underwhelming,
not
man.
been very good. And
I was
then
hoping like, okay, no Devontae Adams, like someone is gonna have to like get more like usage or whatever the case. Who the fuck it would be next? It would be Aaron, but whatever. Maybe down the line, hopefully.
yeah, maybe because you know it's almost like Devontae opened it up for everybody else in a sense, you know. So
Yeah, and now we're seeing everybody just getting locked in as the number ones now, and yeah, like
mhm.
defensively that makes so much sense, like to prepare for them. But yeah, y'all got it there first. I'm gonna go with myself. Arnold's definitely going with Gridiron Gang this week, so that's potential matchup of the week right there, as well. Let's go ahead and dive into the next one we got. I like this one: Orange Kush versus Swig Station, a Cali versus Texas matchup. I think obviously guys got to set their lineups, but he is dealing with Jalen Hurts on a bye, AJ Brown on a bye, a lot of bye weeks over. Even his defense is on a bye. So, but then we got Cooper Kupp on a bye. Damn, this is gonna be who has the deeper team here. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I might have to lean towards. Oh man, this is tough. I might lean towards Swag. He's getting Dak Prescott back this week. He still has some guys on the bench that he can plug in, like that. Brandon Cooks against the Raiders. That dude could go off for 20 or 15 or whatever the case may be. So he has some guys that he can fill in at those spots in the bye weeks. Versus Mike, I think it's going to be harder to come back from a lot of his bye weeks, like his wide receiver one, his QB one are gone. So I'm going to lean with Swag this week to go 4-3 to make Mike 2-5. Now that I say the records, it might be the other way, but I don't know, man. What do you think, Arnold?
I think it all depends on what they do with their who does Mike go get at quarterback, and do they have a good week, you know? And then also his defense, because without Cooper Kupp, and also is Dak going to be? Sometimes these guys take a game or two to get back after an injury, you know. So
Yeah. Like Dak might not
but
put up 24, 22 points in that first. It
I'm gonna
might
go
be
ahead.
a
I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna go ahead and say Mike on this one. And honestly, that's gonna put them both. I'll put them both at 3 and 4.
which actually, the theme of this league has been very like it's a competitive league, which would make sense. It kind of keeps everybody kind of one or two games
Yeah.
behind each other, which I could see that happening. This
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
So I'll take Mike. I'll take Mike on this one. Hopefully he does. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see who he picks up with this QB situation. Because I don't even like Mike Evans. Mike Evans, because Tom Brady again, he hasn't been throwing deep, and that's kind of what Mike Evans' specialty is. And Godwin
Yeah.
is the.
And Swag
So
doesn't
he
want to
hasn't
trade
been.
Mike Evans to me for whatever reason. You know why he doesn't want it? Because he goes, you already have D Hop and Chase. Bro, don't worry about your roster. All right.
Yeah,
What's
how can
what?
you improve your roster? You know.
Yeah. Why are they worried about what my team's supposed to look like after? Who cares? All right. Next matchup, we got the man himself here, the GM himself, who's been, I think, doing a lot of crucial moves to get himself back to 500 and put his team in a place to keep going. And that's Arnold. That's on the screen, man. Underrated GM ship right here. And this is a great matchup. Him against Just Neil. This is actually a classic like friendly rivalry that goes back in the day, and these teams literally just made a deal between each other. So we're gonna see whose deal pays off literally against each other in this next week. It's gonna be a cool matchup here. We got some players, we're dealing with bye weeks as well. We have the Josh Allen bye week. Maybe
That
Arnold will
dude's
reveal his
silly.
plan for what his quarterback situation. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna pull the Bill Belichick. I can't talk about that. We gotta make
Plead the
some.
fifth.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
find out on game day.
This actually, to me, does have a lot of potential matchup of the week, especially if Josh Allen was playing. Like, oh my God, I think this would be really, really good to have Josh Jacobs plugged back in your lineup, having Jalen Waddle, getting Jonathan Taylor back. I mean, it feels like then he has Kenneth Walker now. It just feels like Arnold's getting a bunch of troops. Like, you guys have ever seen Game of Thrones, Battle of the Bastards? Like, all of a sudden, the Veil is like riding in, and like he has this insanely good depth. Like, that's literally three running backs that. Those three running backs I mentioned were not even starting for you last week, right? Due to injuries, not having it in
Bye
trades.
week,
So like
correct.
he literally is getting all that. And like obviously I know he's been struggling with the tight end position, but to have those core kind of players come back, I think is gonna really help him out a lot. And then we're obviously dealing with that quarterback situation. But I think this week I am gonna lean with just Neil just because I think he has favorable matchups like Kamara against Arizona, Fournette against Carolina, Najee Harris Sunday night against the Dolphins, Andrews against Cleveland. It's you. This actually has a really potential matchup of the week. I think what's getting me right now is no, we don't know what the quarterback situation looks like for Arnold. So hey, that's why we're filming this video a little bit early. By Thursday, a lot of these matchups can look different. But I think this week I'm gonna probably lean towards just Neil to come out with this victory. Oh man, this is tough. You know what?
Now here's the thing. I'm gonna
You
take
know what? I'm going with
like,
Arnold. I like his running back matchups. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't make my decision, but his running backs are like that shit is nice. Y'all both have really good running backs. But yeah, you know what? I'm going with Arnold this week. I think he's gonna pull off this dub, man.
So here's the thing. I will take Neal, but I will take myself under this one condition, and it's a possibility at this point. Taysom Hill might get the start at quarterback for the
Yeah.
Saints because obviously Winston's not ready because his back and ankle, and then I guess
Right.
Andy Dalton isn't practicing today because his back is fucked up. So
Right.
I mean, it's a short week too. So if Taysom Hill gets in at quarterback, you're looking at 15 points at the tight end position. I mean, I'm probably at least right, and then we'll see what I'm able to do at the quarterback position. But I like my running back matchups as well.
Yep.
But I'll take. I mean, this is me speaking honestly. I'll take Neal. But if Taysom Hill starts at quarterback, don't count me out.
I like that prediction. Yeah, I think y'all trio of running backs, whoever's trio produces the best, will give them that advantage when it pertains to the other positions. Like Brady has a projection of 20, but he's been asked this year. So like, is he gonna really get that?
That's like
So,
Russ having a projection at 20. He ain't gonna hit that shit.
right. So we'll see how this goes. It's gonna be very interesting. I like that matchup a lot right there. Let's jump into the next one. We got two more left, and then we'll give you guys our matchups of the week and whatnot. We got Von the Goat versus Judas, who's my brother, who, last week a lot of his main guys didn't put up crazy numbers, but Breece Hall and Ayuk went off last week for him, and I was literally shitting my pants watching that 49ers game every time Ayuk touched the ball. So this week I'm actually gonna go with my brother this week. I feel like Nathan has this long-term concussion, whatever the fuck is going on over there, where his lineup he hasn't really paid attention to. And then early on, he was like, I'm not trading anybody. So he had this I'm going to hold on to okay, good luck. So let's see how that roster goes down the line. And I feel like they've been struggling a lot. There's a lot of inconsistency there between Sutton, McCaffrey, Edwards-Helaire. Michael Thomas has been hurt and out. My brother's team has been him trying to figure out his running backs, but he still has some serviceable options in there. So it just comes down to can these guys explode and whatnot. But I'm going to lean with my brother this week to go 4-3. What you got, Arnold?
I'm gonna also take your brother.
Yeah, see their
Judas,
bench.
because
His jet is on a
well, first of all, I want to address this one thing. How does that feel when you got someone on your opponent's team that's for the team you root for? That's like the worst feeling. You said Brandon, normally you'd be juiced about it, but that one day like fuck anybody but him,
Yeah. I'm like, it would be the 1 week I play against Ayuk, he decides to get 28 points. Every other week I'm like, bro, do something for me, please.
Right. Let's see. Dobbs has had a few quiet weeks with Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers has been playing about as bad as Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
Breece Hall might have been the steal of the free agency, or I mean, is that what he was a free agent pickup? I think so.
He's been
and if he was
major.
He was drafted low, so that's a huge. He's been playing well. Travis Kelce. I mean, your brother has the blessing of having Travis Kelce, who outproduced tight end by a wide margin. So
for real.
So we'll see. I mean, I don't like his running back situation though. That is, I don't like
once he had Javonte go down, it was like you could feel the depth, and then I think just Singletary's inconsistency combined with all that, and then if you look at Nathan's side, we got Swift with injuries, Keenan Allen with injuries, a lot of inconsistency.
Well, I think Swift's coming back this week, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he might be. Yeah. Well, yes, y'all have it there. We're both rocking with Judas in that matchup. Last but not least, we got a very good in Texas rivalry. I love this because Adriel has been under a lot of fire with these trades, and then Mauricio's sitting at 1-5. So is it gonna be a fellow Houston person that puts him at 1-6? This is gonna be great, man. This matchup right here on the board. I'm actually gonna rock with Mauricio this week. I think some of his players have been playing a little bit better than how they have before. They had a couple, down weeks. But I know Diggs is on a bye, but we also got him dealing with a bunch of bye weeks as well too on his end, and he's got to figure out his tight end situation. He gets Devontae Adams back, he gets Derrick Henry back, but will he be able to bounce back from those bye weeks? I think Meese just has a deeper lineup for this week in general, so I'm gonna lean with Meese this week to go 2-5. Adriel to go 4-3, and I think we're gonna bring more balance back to Adriel's team. He was like 4-1 or whatever the case, and it was like, oh, is this guy just a fantasy god? Relax. I think it's time to bring some balance back to this
down
lineup.
to earth a little bit.
Wait, what do you got?
I said he got to come back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, facts. So who you got in this one?
I'm gonna also take Mauricio because Adriel's gonna have to find someone to plug in at tight end. He doesn't even have anyone on the bench to do it, so
right.
He's gonna have to figure something out there. I think Mauricio got better depth. So
yep, I think plugging that Drake London back in, it's gonna be nice for him this week, no doubt.
And he also got another running. He got another running back that kind of went under the radar in Stevenson.
Yeah, dude, he's been raw this year. Oh my god.
Like, where do you guys come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. All right, so y'all here to hear first, man. Those were our predictions of the week. Now let's go ahead and talk about the toilet bowl matchup, the matchups of the week. What do we got here? And for me, I think toilet bowl would be Orange Kush versus Swag Station. The projections are low. The records aren't that good. You got a 9th versus 8th seed playing each other. And then my vote for matchup of the week would probably be, if it's not me and Gridiron Gang, I would probably say Fire and Blood and Flash Them TDs. Mainly because there's a lot of stakes here with the record. You have the first place being on the verge of being 4-3, and then you got Mauricio. Is he gonna be 1-6 or is he gonna be 2-5? I think that's really, really crucial for the stakes there. But then again, it's like Mauricio is 1-5. How is he not playing in a toilet bowl, right? But it's a two-way partnership to make it a toilet bowl. So what do you think, Arnold?
So I think the toilet bowl should be. Just give me 1 second, real quick. Let me see this.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I think toilet bowl is gonna be Orange Kush. I think we agree on that.
Yep. So that's official. Flush the toilet, Orange Kush, and Swag Station, the toilet bowl matchup of this week. And I'm gonna actually because I like to let the guests pick it because I'm always on these episodes. Arnold's featuring as a guest, so Arnold is gonna pick what is the matchup of the week for us this week. Set it for us, my man.
That's gonna be tough. So I think it's actually really between me and Jezniel or you and Gridiron Gang because both of those have they have standing. They have high standing implications. So if I was to beat Jezniel, he's gonna drop pretty dramatically in the standings. I'm gonna rise up to where I'm in a playoff spot now.
Yeah.
And then you guys are fighting to basically be you're either gonna go up to 5-2 and he's gonna drop below 500, or you guys are both gonna be 4-3.
Right.
So I would say either one. You can go either way with that. I'm gonna go with you and Gridiron Gang though, just because I have that bye week at Josh Allen. If I had Josh Allen in, I would take myself and Jezniel.
Man, actually, yeah, and I do agree with you. The stakes between you and Jezniel is actually really much up there. Well, yeah, y'all heard it here first, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We got the toilet bowl, the matchup of the week. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Is there any last statements on that you would like to make to the league before we wrap this episode up?
Yeah, man, y'all need to get your trade game together, bro. Some of these trades that y'all offer, let me just tell you, y'all be like, I got like 3 bench players and I want that one. Like, bro, y'all gotta look at other people's rosters. You gotta look, what do they need? What do I need? You can't just be like, what do I need? I don't care what they need. Let me offer them 3 injured players and I need their star, running back or whatever. Like, that's not how this works. Sometimes you gotta give a little to get a little, So
yo, preach that shit.
that's all the shit I want to talk. Some of these trades would be like, I'll give you some popcorn and a Cheeto for your star. I'm like
fucking dead. Hey, yo, y'all heard it from Arnold, man. I love it. And he's pulled off 2 trades this year. So, definitely listen to him because he's pulled off more trades than anybody. So, hey, thank you, Arnold, for joining us.
Yeah, I was gonna say those trades I pulled off. I had to talk people into them too. I was getting a lot of pushback. It's like, bro, let's be fair about this. Because that's what I said. So when I offered the trade with Kyler and Kirk and McLaurin, You should have seen the first offer I got back. I was like, you got to be out your mind. And then even with Jasmine, he tried to offer me Renfro and Higgins, and like, what do I need these guys for? Look at my bench, my receiver. You know what I mean? So come on, guys,
Facts.
be better, be better.
I
So
love it, man.
that's it.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Arnold, for pulling up and joining this episode. We'll keep you guys posted for next week's as well. So y'all know what it is, man. Till next time, baby. We out, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.